welcome to another episode of the Back Catalogue podcast.
Hold on, I'm not recording.
Aren't you?
All right, go.
You were recording. Why would you break that up? You know I have troubles with these. Welcome to another episode of the Back Catalogue podcast. This is the podcast where we, and by we, I mean me, Appo, and my co-host / co-founder Vincent, we dive into Disney Plus streaming service and we tell you, the listener and the viewer, what is worth and what is not. And Vincent, for those watching this at home, and if you are watching this at home, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. We realize that, for monetary purposes, we need to get to 1,000 subscribers. And hey, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, give us that 5-star rating.
Bro, what did you do to your finger?
Oh, bro, I'm doing like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson things. See them Dwayne "The Rock"
Bro,
Johnson things?
the people at home do not want to see that.
Bro, I was just in the iron paradise, just like working hard, blood, sweat, and respect. All the Rock's sayings that I can think of at this point. I'm just a big man that looks,
It's like a thumb.
Look, I was going to say, I can't tease a man for being bold because I'm heading there.
Do you reckon you will ever?
But just shave it off.
Yeah.
Well, there'll probably be a time where the hairline is too far, it's too windswept.
It's too windswept.
That I'll have to just.
Bro, the wind, it's got me.
And that's when I'll have to my traps will have to be big enough that they take away from the fact that I'm bold.
Yeah, that's right. So the first thing they say is, man, that guy doesn't have a lot of hair. It's, man, that guy's got big traps.
I've never seen a human that looks like a cobra, like a king cobra. That's what they're going to say about me.
Bro, we're talking trapezoids.
But
that's muscle humor.
look, not only are we here, Vincent, which is exciting, but we said to each other last week, we said, you know what, why don't we just dive back into the back catalogue? And not the back catalogue of the back catalogue. I mean the back catalogue of Disney Plus. This should be called Back Catalogue Classic, in parentheses. You know what I mean? Because we're just going back to the classics. Because
this should just be called the back catalogue, which is the entire premise of this podcast, which we have deviated from.
Yeah, several times.
Time and time again.
Yeah. This is the original formula. And I'm going to give it to you because we've got 1968's very own Blackbeard's Ghost.
1968. That's insane. That's so long ago.
So, Vincent, I sort of brought this up to Vincent. I sent him a photo of Blackbeard's Ghost, the photo and the synopsis, and I said, let's watch this movie. And we'll get into why I might regret that and why I do regret that. But Vincent, should I hit them with some facts?
Give
and
us
things
some facts.
That?
Give us with the Roger Ebert reviews.
All right, I actually didn't look for the Roger Ebert reviews, but this has got the 6.9 out of 10 on the IMDb. It's got the 82% on the Rotten Tomatoes through 11 reviewers. Sorry.
Oh.
But this is why we need to be the Rotten Tomatoes reviewers. This is why we need those 5 stars on Apple Podcasts so we can review on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, this film earned $5 million in theatrical rentals in North America, which is pretty wild. Now, can I just tell you, just for some facts here, this has got a whole 1 point higher, 5.9 to 6.9. It's higher than The Shaggy DA, which is a movie that we loved.
Bro, The Shaggy DA is top tier.
It's higher than...
And this has got higher than that.
It's higher than Bullwhip Griffin, The Adventures of.
You could...
And if you want to go back and listen to those podcasts, they're early podcasts. But they're classics. They're back catalogues of the back catalogue. We weren't very good then, and we're not very good now, but it was
That's right. I mean, but if your podcast is not a classic, it might not actually ever be one day because...
garbage just stays as
That's
garbage.
right,
It just floats in the middle of the ocean.
Exactly.
We need to think of a more sustainable way to,
It's not biodegradable.
It's not biodegradable. That's true.
It'd be better if it'd be biodegradable because then it just disappear and
just
then no one have to worry about it. Oh, you remember that back catalogue? Nah. Yeah, probably a good thing.
Do you want me to give you the synopsis and then I want to see if you've got any Google questions?
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I'll
even
tell you
if
right
they're
now,
just
there's no Google questions.
Even if they're just Blackbeard specific Google questions, I'm happy for it.
Okay, all right, I'll give you some.
A track coach inherits the mischievous ghost of famed pirate Blackbeard.
And we're here.
Dude, is there any Google questions up top?
Google questions are just, is it on Netflix? Is it on Amazon Prime? But then there's one, where was Blackbeard's Ghost filmed? Walt Disney Studios.
Bro, that's wild.
What year was Blackbeard's Ghost made?
It's very own 1968.
Very own. Why is Blackbeard evil? He looked naturally fierce and satanic. Anyway, that's all. That's all. That's all, folks.
He looked that way. That's why he was evil.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
Heads that look evil, they're just evil.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is fair because when you watch a movie, like you see an evil man in that movie, you know he's going to be doing evil things. Like you don't see Michael Myers walking down the hallway, you think, oh, bro, he's gonna save a life.
He's going to donate to multiple charities.
That'd be the best. Halloween, like it's part 6, filmed by the Back Catalogue boys, and it's just Michael Myers, and he walks like into this hospital, and you're like, oh my god, what's he doing? He's just got toys, and he's just giving them to the children. He's just like, hey, like, what did you think I was going to do? I'm wearing a mask. Like kids loves masks, don't they? I'm wearing overalls. Doesn't every kid want to be a builder? I'm wearing overalls here. But I want to talk about some things here, Vincent. I actually have a rating here by a Tinder on the 12th of August 2009.
From Tinder?
A Tinder.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think you meant someone swiping left or swiping right or whatever, which way you swipe. And they go, hold on. This is a review of Blackbeard's Ghost, 1968. I'll swipe the way that means I want to match.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, I don't think I was. I mean, I don't think I was. I was never on Tinders, but if I was, I hope that I would, you know, get to a Blackbeard's Ghost at some point.
Let's get to a Blackbeard's Ghost.
But this a Tinder, you know, gender neutral, gender non-specific says they don't make movies like this anymore. This is a 10 out of 10. I saw this movie on Easter Monday this year. I loved it.
What year was this?
2009.
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be 1968. They didn't have.
I did think so, but you know, I thought maybe this year or last year.
It has so many great jokes, mostly ghost jokes, which were great.
Were there any ghost jokes?
I mean, he is a ghost.
Yeah, but
he'd be saying things.
So if he's saying a joke, it's by definition a ghost joke.
Oh, this is a ghost joke. This is an Italian joke. Like whenever you say that,
that's right. It's an Italian joke.
I don't know if there's much ghost jokes. Like at the start, you know, he thinks he's a ghost and he tries to walk through him. He almost gets stabbed though. I mean, that's a.
I don't think there's many ghost jokes.
Like, I mean, they're tripping on him because he's a ghost. And they can't see him, but he's like physically he's there.
Okay, yeah. So I guess that's ghost jokes.
All right, can I tell you what like we're going to talk about today? Just like how wild this movie is. Look, we're going to talk about like our man Dean Jones because he's back.
Bro, Dean Jones, I swear, this is what I was thinking. The first time I saw the cast of this, we've got Dean Jones.
Yeah.
The most Dean Jones type of person you ever meet.
Yeah.
And the female in this movie, who I'd forget the name.
But she's
also in multiple of these movies. I reckon they just smashed out, you know, 20, 30 movies in the same weekend.
If this was on the Disney lot, I'm assuming they just changed I mean, Dean Jones didn't have to change his hair. His hair was always on point.
And it always looks the same.
He was just wearing a suit and slacks, you know?
That's right.
Yeah, no. 100% I agree with you.
I reckon what they did is, all right, Dean Jones, all right, you're at this set. All right, say your lines. Yep, good. And then he just walks 15 meters to the next set. And it's the Shaggy DA. And we go to the next one.
Dude, and the Shaggy DA is a classic, like 100%. The fact that Dean Jones wasn't in Bullquick Griffin is absurd.
Yeah, I want to find that main character, the main actor there, because he was good.
He was also in That Darn Cat.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Pigeon Boy.
Oh, Pigeon Boy.
Yeah. Which is like, you know, these old this is probably going to be us reminiscing on the fact that we've watched a lot of Dean Jones.
Pigeon Boy.
Yeah, man. But I do agree, and I also agree with you because they don't look like they put a lot of effort into these things. And we'll get into that. But let's just specifically talk about the plot of this movie because they give you the plot, but there is a bit more to it. And it's the fact that Dean Jones he's a track coach. You know, he's there, he's doing track and field things. He's doing Olympics things. You know, we didn't even know that this would have Olympic elements to it.
Yeah, shout out the Olympics, you know?
Shout out the Olympics, man.
Yeah.
Have you been watching them?
No.
Dude, I was watching the weightlifting the other day. I just don't understand. Like how do they? I mean, they train a lot, I guess, but like, how do they do this? You know,
how do they do this?
You got a man that's weighs less than me, and can do a thing that I can't even do any weight of. I do it with the bar, and this man's doing like 150, 160 kilos.
That's wild. The only thing, I just get my news from Google News, my Google News feed, shout out, and all the news is just. Look at this terrible thing that this country did in the Olympics. Oh, look at this person. They cheated. This is a debacle about doping. All I'm hearing is bad things about the Olympics. I'm thinking there's a terrible time there. But then I was talking to friend of the me, Harry, and And he was saying, nah, bro, it's wild.
Oh, dude, this Olympic.
So Google News, I don't know what they're doing, but they're just trying to get me to share and just go, hey, guys, did you see this debacle? Bro, can you believe they swum backwards instead of forwards?
Like, Mans was meant to be doing freestyle. He did backstroke.
Yeah.
But he was just like, he was doing freestyle. He was just going backwards.
Yeah.
You know, because he put the EPOs in the wrong area.
I don't know what an EPO is.
Me neither, really. But like, it's a form of performance enhancing drug. Like, I don't know the term. I know that it exists, you know? Shout out TJ, you know what's going on. But
I know that it exists. I know it's something that's in this reality.
So, yeah, Dean Jones, he's a track coach. He's doing Olympic things. He's coming to this town in which the track team hasn't won in like 64 years. They haven't won a single track meet in 64 years. And he's got not even a day or not even like 2 days.
The entire movie spans, I think, 2 days.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
Like, he goes to jail. That's 1 day. He's doing like, you know, I'm in jail. Get me out of here.
Yeah, he went to dinner with that lady.
That's another day. Then it's the track
and
meet.
then the track meet, and that's it.
That's it.
That's
It finishes at 12 o'clock that night.
Yeah. So technically it was on the 4th day.
Technically.
5 minutes in the 4th day.
Yeah. But no, he you know, he's doing track meet things. He's trying to get this team to win, even though, like, you know, they're like, how are you going to get them to win? They're horrible. And it's like, you've brought me here with 3 days notice. How's anyone
But he doesn't even seem like he knows that this is the situation. The dean, not Dean Jones, the dean of the college or whatever, says, oh, we've got a track meet on whenever. We've got a track meet. I thought this was in the future, you know, way into the future. Oh, we've got a track meet that we haven't won in 63 years. The alumni want us to do it because, you know, they like it, but we're not going to win, so this is the last chance. Surely they gave him more than a day notice.
Like, I mean, Dean Jones can do a lot. Like, he'll do 10 movies at a time.
That's right. But can he whip into a whole track team into shape in a day?
No. But, like, you know, other things happen which allow them to do the trade. But, and then what happens is, you know, he goes to this place, he buys this thing, he sits on it, there's some curse in there, he reads it, and Blackbeard's ghost comes out. And Blackbeard's ghost is just like, you know, I'll steal a car. I'll beat up a police officer.
Yeah, the whole situation of the movie is there's this inn that the old ladies who are great grandchildren of Blackbeard, because he had 10 wives, they run this inn, but unfortunately the bank is going to foreclose the inn because they can't pay the mortgage or whatever, which it's been there for years. Surely there's no mortgage to pay.
Yeah, like I'm assuming like it was built in Blackbeard times.
Yeah,
well,
around
like
that.
Post Blackbeard's death.
Yeah, and there's a dude called, I don't know, Mr. Schemy or something.
Silky Seymour. I actually have that written down because it's the Silky Seymour subplot, which I assumed was going to be a subplot at the start of the movie, but it ended up being the main plot of the movie.
The main plot. So he's a gambling man, as in he does gambling as business. And he just goes there, he pulls the lever, slot machines. But he wants to buy the land because apparently it used to be part of the mainland, but then there was a flood and now it's an island. So now they're like, oh, well, we don't know. This got no jurisdictions. This is technically international waters now.
You can open up casinos. You can do everything. You can shoot a man on there. You'd be like, oh, it's international, you know?
Which is strange because it's a river.
And Mans is international as well. It is a river, yeah.
So
but it's a closed system, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it a closed system? Yeah.
Well, a river is...
Yeah, I mean, it goes into a...
You can't be in international waters in a river.
No, that's right, because you're in, you know, a river.
We can't go down to the Murray and shoot a man. And the cops can't rock up and go, well, my hands are tied.
The
it's
cops
international
are just
waters.
on the edge of the edge of the thing, just
waiting for us to come.
They got the handcuffs ready, just like when this guy like steps foot on like, you know, national ground, you know, I'm going to get him. But yeah, so Silky Seymour, he's doing Silky Seymour things. But this is what I really wanted to talk about because there's not much to talk about in this movie. I want to talk about themed hotels for a bit. Because this is a themed hotel that they're staying in. You know, it's all like pirate things.
Yeah, because it's made out of old ships.
Exactly, right? That's what I want in my life. I want us to change our trajectory.
Well, there are a lot of themed hotels overseas, especially in Asia, I think.
Yeah, bro, man. Dude, I want to stay in one of those.
I've seen Hotel Hell.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, lots of them are themed. Not very well themed. One of them was just red. That's Gordon Ramsay. He just goes to hotels and just says, it's dry. They're supposed to be dry. Your towels are supposed to be dry, Mr. Ramsey, sir.
Like he's commenting on the taste of the toothpaste. And it's like, you shouldn't be eating it, Mr. Ramsey. Like, spit, please spit.
Fluoride is not good for your digestive system.
So, okay, I don't want to watch Hotel Hell because, like, Gordon Ramsay, like, he's funny for about 5 minutes, and then I'm like, man, you know, you've got 2 pieces of bread on a person's head. You've called them an idiot sandwich. I can't be in a situation in which I can laugh at that because now it's getting personal with this person. You know. You imagine you go to your work, right? You do computer science things, right? You're like, oh man, I accidentally, dragged and dropped into the wrong folder, and this, your boss comes up and just gets 2 computers and puts them between your head. You're a computer idiot or something, right? Like what?
I want to see that now.
You would be like,
I want to see a Kitchen Nightmares, but it's an computer science nightmare, where it's just people coding, and they write one line wrong, and some dude just smacks them over the head. You idiot!
I said computer idiot because I could not think of any. I know RAM, I know keyboards, I know mouse. Like that's all I could, I haven't got many other computer puns to use. But imagine that happened to you in your place of work or in your apprenticeship, right? You as an adult, you'd be like, excuse me, you, another adult, cannot just put your hands on me. I don't care if they're, over sandwich buns. I don't want this to happen. I'm calling the police. I'm calling, the agencies that deal with this. Where's HR? Is Gordon Ramsay HR? No, he's GR, right? He's not HR, right? But that's not what I want to get into. I want to get into themed hotels.
All right, themed hotels.
I think that our trajectory, once we're able to go to different places, once this and other countries work out what they're doing, because there's a lot going on when people don't know what they're doing, right? We won't get into too much about that, but we're going to go overseas, interstate, anywhere.
International waters.
International waters. We'll kill a man on the YouTube.
In the themed hotel.
But the themed hotel specifically has to be on international waters.
Yeah,
it's a boat that's has a hotel on top of it. Not a cruise. Like it has a hotel.
Yeah, it's just a big barge, and they've just chucked a hotel.
But I want to go to the wildest of themed hotels. I want to go to the one that has the heart-shaped bed that spins around, like the lovers' hotels in the woods,
In the woods.
I want to go to that, but like with you, of course.
Because we're going to go to a lovers' hotel with me.
We're at the lovers' hotel.
In the woods.
Do you want anything? That's what we're going to be doing. And we'll review it from not a romantic, from a professional perspective, we'll review it.
So welcome to our video on if you should go to a lovers' hotel as 2 friends who do podcasters together.
And we're like, mate, the chocolates that they had on the bed were delightful. This massage oil is great, bro. I've been rubbing it on my skin all night. Oh, look how smooth I am. Look how shiny I look. They've got the chocolate bath here. You can bathe in it, bro. I've just been eating it. I've just been scooping it out, putting it on my ice cream. That'd be us, bro.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to a lovers' hotel with you.
All right? Why not?
We went to one hotel and they forgot to give us 2 single beds.
That's true, yeah.
That's enough for me.
Yeah. That was hilarious. So I was like, bro, we just sleep together in the same bed. You were like, I refuse. Which was hilarious. And speaking of that was hilarious because like that hotel, there was like an Elvis Presley, themed convention on. So we just were down in the lobby and there was just like Elvis Presley things.
That was wild.
And we wouldn't, obviously, you look at me, you look at Vincent, you don't see Elvis Presley.
You most certainly do not.
You might see, we might be descendants of Elvis Presley, like given, Vincent's hair and my, enjoyment of peanut butter. Like, I love peanut butter. Elvis loved peanut butter. We'll get into peanut butter in the AD. But like, it was wild. But essentially, that's what I want to do. That's where I want to spend our time. I don't want to do fast food things anymore. I want to go to themed hotels and be like, bro, I'm on a pirate ship. Do you want anything?
Do you want anything? It's pirate ship specific.
Should we get into that? So let's just get into the dynamic between Dean Jones and this pirate, Blackbeard, because a lot of the jokes are just Dean Jones yelling at open space and people being like, oh my God, he's gone crazy. But also at the same time, people fall in love with him.
I'll tell you right now, this was the most frustrating movie I've ever watched. Because he knows that he's made it very obvious to the start that he knows that Blackbeard cannot be seen by anyone but himself. Mm-hmm. because he's said the special words to make him appear out of limbo, because that's where he was sent by his 10th wife because she was a witch and he had her burnt.
Yeah.
Also, talking about that, the wife that was burnt, the lady at the hotel, one of the descendants, was saying, and Blackbeard had his 10th wife burnt. And she said while she was being burnt, and she goes on this monologue, and I'm going, this lady's got flames. She's on fire, and she's monologuing about, curse to you and your forefathers and your four brothers. All four of them.
And I was thinking that as well, because not only does she have, the right of mind, she's like Conor McGregor when he broke his leg and he was, saying things to Dustin Poirier as if nothing had happened to his leg. Not only did she have the right frame of mind, some man's was there watching a person and probably smelling a person being burnt, being like, bro, this is fire. Just writing down writing down every word verbatim.
Yeah.
For her then to, pass on to her four brothers. Or, in this case, four sisters, because she has many sisters. And does she have I guess they're 10.
No,
they're all cousins or
no,
step-sisters.
No, she was the wife of Blackbeard.
No, I know, but I'm saying the older lady.
Oh, the older lady. Yeah, they're her half-sisters, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So, I know that it's...
But yeah, sorry, I'm just going to keep going with my frustration.
Oh, go on. Yeah.
So he knows that no one but him can see Blackbeard.
Yeah.
But he still yells at him for about 60% of this movie. And the whole time, he's yelling at him, and he's yelling at nothing because everyone's going, what the hell? And they just look at him going, what is going on? Surely, he's a half-intelligent man.
He's Dean.
Yeah. He could have just been a bit more inconspicuous rather than yelling across a track field at Blackbeard eating a hot dog.
Yeah. And also, the best thing about it is he looks towards others as being like, can you believe this guy? Like, can you look at this guy? Look what he's doing over here.
Look at this. What a headache.
And people are just like, I can't see anything. And he's like, it's right in front of you, bro. It's right in front of you, bro. If someone says to me, I can't see anything, that's the point when I'm stopping. I'm going,
what's going on here?
What's going on here? Like, is it because, you don't have your glasses on? Like that time that we were at the swimming carnival when you didn't have your glasses on, I was like, bro, look at that man's across the pool. What's he doing? And you're like, nothing, past you is visible to me. And I was like, oh, bro, that's disrespectful from me. I didn't even realize.
That was absolutely disrespectful from you.
I didn't even realize that I was harming you in that case.
Sometimes my partner goes, when we're in bed, can you see that? Or she'll go, let's play I Spy in bed. And I'll look at her and I'll go,
you look at her and you say, what kind of games do you want to play? I Spy in bed.
Yeah.
Lights are on, I'm hoping.
Lights are on, yeah.
You ain't got Netflix or nothing? Like, you can't just put on, you're better off putting on Blackbeard's Ghost if you're going to be playing I Spy in bed.
Doesn't happen often, but it's
happened. Hey, bro, let's play I Spy in bed. I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with P. The pillows. Yeah, bro, you got it. How do you know?
Yeah, not normally long games.
It's just, all right, yeah, let's go to bed. Like, whale sounds on,
Whale sounds. Wind down.
7:30. Whale sounds.
Yeah, so that was super frustrating for me. I got visibly annoyed when I was
on my phone for so much of this movie. I'm not a phone man during movies. I like to put my phone away when
you like to go to sleep during movies.
Dude, I'll be sleeping during a movie, but I won't be on my phone. I'm looking at some sort of pictures. They're just the moving pictures in my mind, not the moving pictures on the screen. But I didn't fall asleep in this. But I barely watched the end of this movie.
Shocker.
The track day is just the track and field thing is just Blackbeard like punching the opposition and they're being like, oh my god, I've been punched. Oh my god, I'm holding a hot dog instead of a baton.
That was kind of funny. They all run and they've all got a different thing instead of a baton.
The only thing that was funny in this movie was like the finale battle between Dean Jones.
I was about to say, that is because in the end, Blackbeard puts on a $900 bet with 50 to 1 odds at Slimy Steve's blackjack area, gambling area.
Right, that's good that you don't know not like a lot about gambling things.
Yeah, I know blackjack. I know roulette. I know counting cards.
Yeah. But like blackjack is 21,
Okay.
How you put in, he's doing a sports bet.
Yeah. I said blackjack.
You don't go to the bed, you go, hey, Yeah, no, I know you're doing 21, but like, could we put like 20 on the Bucks to win Game 6, bro? Giannis to score 50. The 21 man, with the blackjack dealer will be like, I don't have the capacity to do any of that.
I know cards. That's it. But look at these cards. Is Giannis on these cards? Is Game 6 on these cards?
Yeah, no.
But anyway, Blackbeard puts a bet using the money that they raised from some auction at the start.
Yeah.
And that's Blackbeard's big idea. He's going to make Dean Jones's track team win and win all the money.
By just slapping people. And like, 50-1 odds, they're gonna get enough money to do this mortgage, to pay off the mortgage, right?
Yeah.
But then, Slimy Steve's like, nah, it's not happening.
It's in the name, bro. I'm slimy.
I'm slimy,
And he says, I'm not going to pay.
Yeah.
And he just goes, hey, here's your $900 back. Go play some roulette. And so then, they go to play roulette, Dean Jones and the lady. And then Blackbeard, put it on 20. Oh, sorry, it's 11. Oh, whoops. Blackbeard has put the chips on 11. Now we win.
Yeah. So it's just like ghostly things. I guess that's what A. Tinder was laughing about.
Probably.
Like,
look.
He put the thing on... Mum, he put the thing on 11. Can you believe it? That's what he was laughing at,
Yeah.
Or he, gender non-specific, gender neutral, because we don't know who A. Tinder is.
We don't know.
And it could be A. Tinder profile.
It could be just A. Tinder
Like
profile.
the AI has just come out and just swiping right to everything, being like, I've come across Blackbeard's ghost now. Like, oh my God, this is hilarious.
Swipe left or right or whatever the way.
Surely there's a button that you press. I guess that's not as efficient as swiping.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
then you can do...
Yeah. Because your heads just be swiping that just to get the hits. Sometimes you're just looking for the hits.
Like this podcast, we're just looking for the hits.
Just looking for the hits.
This is all misses.
Oh, dude, Blackbeard's ghost is a miss.
But so they end up winning the money.
Yeah.
But then Slimy Steve goes, "Oh no, we're not giving you the money here either."
He's
just a terrible gambling establishment owner.
Yeah.
Which I guess.
Well, I mean, gambling places aren't being like, we're doing.
They're not giving things to charity.
We're doing Michael Myers things. We're going into the hospital.
Exactly.
We're giving the toys to the tots. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, what's his name comes out with the muscle, Slimy Steve. All his mates have got guns. This was the funniest part of the movie, and I actually laughed a fair bit at this.
Yeah, no, I was laughing as well.
Which was Blackbeard steals all their guns, so they don't have any guns. And then Dean Jones puts up finger guns and goes, pew, and Blackbeard hits the dude over the head. And obviously they can't see him, so this guy goes down. And then he goes, pew, another guy. And that guy goes down. And then pew, again, third guy goes down. And then one guy's looking at the other guy, the Slimy Steve's mates, and he's going, pew. He tries to do it. Dude, that made me laugh so much.
Essentially, they're doing like a finger gun war for a while.
Yeah.
The people are just getting beaten up. And it was hilarious. It was hilarious, but it was 3 minutes in a 147-minute movie.
That's right, not 147 minutes.
1 hour and 47 minutes.
1 hour and 47 minutes. That's right.
Yeah, it felt like 147 minutes. It felt like 2 hours and...
Right, it felt like that movie 27 hours. I almost cut my arm off.
Yeah, 127 hours.
Right, even longer.
Like 27 hours, you'd be like, bro, do I really need to cut my arm off? It's only been a day and 3 hours. Well, you were just there for 27 hours. You cut your hand off.
Bro, I cut it off in the first 15 minutes. Couldn't handle it.
Yeah, no. But can I just say, this was, I thought specifically, let's just do it because we haven't done it in a while.
We shouldn't do it.
Let's never do it again. Like, unless it gets specifically recommended and someone's like, this is a good movie from this time, I want you guys to review it. Not like when friend of the show Stewie was like, do Moon Spinners, because it's hilarious. It's called Moon Spinners.
That was a wild episode, that one.
Yeah.
If you guys have the time, listen to our video, our podcast on Moon Spinners, because that is one where we break down.
Yeah. We don't break down the movie. We just break down. Mentally. And also that was, it was dark days, man.
It was dark
days. But can I just say something? This is one thing that I've been thinking about a lot. The grandchildren, the children of Dean Jones, if you're out there, if they exist, if Dean Jones was a man who
Had children.
went into the world of obtaining children through the means, you know, like the stalk and whatnot.
What kind of
Dude, I
Dean
want to
Jones, if you went through the procedures to procreate an individual
I've got to think of like the nicest words.
with an associated party,
But I want to know that, like, you know, Dean Jones's kids are doing well, you know,
okay,
or Dean Jones's grandchildren. You know,
I'm sure you can Google that.
it's true. But like, what if they're like,
Are Dean Jones' kids doing well?
but what if they're like, you know, they're bank robbers or something, right? I still want them on this pod. I was going to say I want them on this podcast, and we'll do a Dean Jones movie and be like, bro, that's your grandfather. They're like, yeah, you know, that's right. I never met the man. It's like, that's him though. How good is it? How suave does he look? Did Dean Jones?
Yeah. So while you do that, I'm just talking
kids?
about how this movie was so.
There's nothing to talk about in this movie.
Yeah, it was a strange movie. There was also the football coach. The football coach was mad at Dean Jones just because he was doing track things, and he was saying, "Why are you giving money to this track coach instead of my football team? We need alternate kits for our jerseys or something like that." Bro, I'm struggling here without you.
Sorry, I'm just.
Can you give me something?
Dean Jones is a man that. There's another Dean Jones in this world who, like, not good things have been happening to Dean Jones. So
Oh no!
I can't make any jokes about
one other thing is at the start of the movie.
the kissing booth scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. That's
bro.
right.
How bad was that?
That was like Dean Jones just like going up kissing folk, and it's like, bro, I'm not even behind the booth. But also the idea of a kissing booth. Let's get into the idea of a kissing booth, right? One, that's wild. Like, you know, me, like, as a kid, I'd hear about a kissing booth, like the idea of it, I'd be like, bro, that's the number one way to, like, not only make money, but also like kiss, right? And as a kid, you're thinking of making money and kissing, because when you got money, what are you going to be doing a lot of?
Kissing.
How are you going to take them to the movie shorty, you know, like Bangs, like classic South Australian artist Bangs? How are you going to take them to the movie shorty if you don't have the money from the kissing booth?
That's right.
But also, I don't know if it's just this day and age, but if I had multiple people coming up to me and like swapping saliva with me in some capacity,
It's glandular fever.
one, that's glandular fever, and I don't know if you've ever had glandular fever
I
before.
haven't.
But bro,
Because I didn't kiss anyone.
bro, it ain't good. Dude, I got it one
I
time.
stayed away from kissing booths, bro.
Can I tell you, I was too close to the kissing booth. I got glandular fever, right?
You were just in the vicinity of the kissing booth.
And I was excited because I was like, bro, you know, kissing booth. I didn't actually go. This is like not a kissing booth story. I've never experienced a kissing booth.
Yeah, I've never seen a kissing
But
booth in real life.
this is my
just to
glandular-
clarify, this kissing booth scene in this movie is not good at all.
No, like not only just like from a hygienic point of view, but also from, you know, respecting
The opposite
other people
sex.
and the opposite sex. Yeah,
Yeah, female specifically.
yeah. $1 for a kissing, you know, kind of a.
It's not the money that's the
No.
It should be $50. That's not the issue here.
Yeah, no, it's just, you know, horn dog. Who's going to be going up there? Horn dogs. It's not like Romeo and Juliet going to meet there at the kissing booth. I mean, they might. I think. There's a
Yeah, but
movie
also
called
he just
Kissing
kisses some random lady.
Booth. Yeah, and she ends up falling in love with him, and she's like, "I fell in love with you even when you were crazy." So that's wild to me. But this is my glandular fever story. I was not at the kissing booth, but doing kissing things. And I got home, I was like, bro, this is amazing. My mum had cooked a butter chicken. I was like, bro, is there anything better than what's going on today? I'm sitting there. I don't know, you know, it might not have
You're
been
doing kissing things, and then you're doing chef's kiss things.
Oh, I was like, mum, this butter chicken.
And then the glandular fever went everywhere.
And then I was like, bro, the latest werewolf movie starring Benicio del Toro is out. AKA, like, whatever it was called. I can't remember what it's actually called now.
Werewolf.
Werewolf? Was it called Werewolf?
Yeah. Who? What? Werewolf?
But I watched it, right? And I was like, oh, man, I'm starting to feel a bit, like, off. Maybe I'll just, like, you know, because I sleep in movies, I fell asleep. And, dude, I had the wildest of, like, fever dreams ever. Because I'm waking up, I'm sweating, my brain's all
You're feeling
foggy.
like you're a werewolf.
I'm seeing Benicio del Toro do werewolf things.
You're looking out the window. There's a full moon.
Yeah,
You're like, bro, is this what happens? I thought I was getting more hairier than usual.
I'm looking at my nails. I'm like, bro, I think they're growing. Like, I'm just looking at them. My mom's like, Apple, are you okay? You've been looking at your nails for about 45 minutes. I'm like, Mum, I think I'm turning into Benicio. I think it's happening. Bro, it was the wildest thing watching that movie, butter chicken in my belly, and having hot flushes and you know.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm assuming it was, I was out for a couple of days. My glands were swollen.
I think glandular fever knocks you out for longer than that.
Nah, dude, Respect to glandular fever, but I took it out early. I took it out
in the third round, bro.
I didn't even get to the third, bro. We're talking a round of 5. Like, I got it out in the second. You know, I fatigued it in the first. You know, I put some vitamin C in there. You know, I had some chamomile teas. Got rid of it, bro. And we didn't know it was glandular fever. But then, like, I went to the doctors to get a blood test at some point. And they're like, bro, you had glandular fever.
So you got confirmation.
I got confirmation. It's in my blood still. I got the fever. You know?
Bro, that's wild.
You know, when they do coronavirus tests on me, they're like, bro, they look at the swab, they're like, bro.
I can see the fever on here. This is not supposed to happen. Normally I have to put it in a test tube or something.
That's how much I beat it. Like, its dead cells are just floating around because like, I knocked it out early, you know? But that's just my immune system. My immune system doesn't mess around. I don't even take vitamin C tablets. You know, I just get it from food. You know, because that's probably the healthiest way of doing it.
Probably is, yeah.
Because you get other nutrition. But Blackbeard's Ghost is a terrible movie. Horrible.
Yeah, it's not good.
Not even Dean Jones could save it.
If you like people moving around with and running into things that aren't there, you probably like this movie.
Yeah.
Which Tinder, they probably like this.
And like, shout out Tinder. You know, if you want to come on this podcast and like, you know, say why you like this, like we'll zoom in with you. You know, because like that extra
real
chair,
close to your nose and just eyes. That's how far we zoom in.
Because we don't want to give you don't want to give the identity of Tinder away. You don't know what kind of reviews Tinder's been leaving. If Tinder left that review on Blackbeard's Ghost, what did they leave on, you know, The Imitation Game, starring Benedict Cumberbatch?
Right, don't talk to me about The Imitation Game. You can't give that movie a bad review.
Vincent, because should we get into the fact that this movie is not worth any form of admission to anything?
I think this is worse than Snow White.
This is 100% worse than Snow White. This was so bad that when I was watching, I was like, how are we going to make a podcast out of this? That's why we've been talking about, you know, glandular fever stories and whatnot. Because what else is there to talk about?
All right, there's nothing else to talk about. That's it.
Blackbeard drinks rum. Bro, pirate things. Yo ho ho. Bro, I've seen, you know, the first 18 Pirates of the Caribbeans. I know about rum.
Yeah, why is the rum always gone and so forth?
Hilarious.
What other things happen in this movie? That's about it, eh?
You know, he gets arrested. Blackbeard's in prison. He's like, bro, how bad is this bed? And it's like, Blackbeard, you slept in a boat. You know, I'm assuming your bed was not much better.
But he was a captain.
He was a captain. Man's probably had scurvy.
Nah, bro.
They didn't have the vitamin C.
Yeah, true.
You know, I could survive back then because I had like, you know, I have appropriate vitamin C, but they didn't have the vitamin C.
All right. That's it.
That's it. Tell them where they can find us.
All right. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe, please. Please.
Tell them about the Apple Podcast.
Please. Apple Podcasts. Rate us on Apple Podcasts. If we get 200 5-star reviews, then we become reviewers.
And like, imagine you go on Rotten Tomatoes, right?
The Rotten Tomato reviews.
And you see a review and it's like, bro, one time it's Blackbeard's Ghost. He's like, one time I got glandular fever and I was watching that werewolf movie with Benicio del Toro. Anyway, this movie's garbage.
Oh, man. Yeah. Get us to 200 5-star reviews. Anyway, we're on Patreon. We got lots of content. We did solo content. We've got 4 episodes of just us talking about. I mean, I talked about town planning and jams.
Yeah.
So if that interests you, subscribe to the Patreon. It's $2 a month.
It's good.
And you can, bro, I'm telling you, you can pay $2 a month, watch all the content, and then just dip.
You do. I mean,
you know? That's what I did with Disney Plus. Right? I signed up for the first month. I watched every piece of content that was on there.
You're doing Blackbeard's Ghost from memory.
That's right.
Yeah. No, but can I tell you something though? You wouldn't be able to do that because there's too much. Like, unless you did multiple Patreons in a day. If you did one a day, bro, you need 2 months to do it because we're heading towards.
That's true.
We're heading towards 60
wild
pieces of content on the Patreon.
That's wild.
Yeah, for $2.
For $2,
and it's updated weekly.
That's primo quality at a primo price.
And it's updated weekly, bro. We should start saying this at the top of the videos as well.
Also, Instagram. We're on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram for clips and whatnot.
Dude, we're making a TikTok today. We're doing it. I mean, on Sunday. It's coming out on Monday. But we're doing a TikTok today.
Are we?
We're at least setting up the account. It might not have any videos by the time you look at it. But we got to go there, you know?
Okay, sure.
I was seeing people with like Millard. You know that Subway man?
Nah.
Bro, this dude, he's just like, he says like, hey, he's asking questions, answering questions. He's doing Subway things. Man's gets like millies.
Far out.
And like, shout out Millard because I watch your videos as well. And I'm like, bro, you get millies? Bro, look how amazing these Subway sandwiches look. And then I go and eat one. I'm like, bro, Subway's pretty trash, actually.
Anyway.
Farewell.
Farewell.